And so our speaker today is Braden Boily. He is doing his icebreaker speech. The title of his speech is The F Word. And so as he begins a new pathway, he realized that there is still a lot you don't know about him, or we don't know about him. So we're going to go with him and explore another one of his personality foundational blocks. Again, it's Boyd and Brayley, the F Word. You're muted.
Sorry, that was embarrassing. Let me start over. It's almost like I've never done this before. Let's talk about the F word, fandom. Sports fans are like the most loyal and simultaneously the most delusional group of people you'll ever meet. We paint our faces, we scream at TV screens like they can actually hear us, and we wear jerseys with grown men's names on them, sometimes college kids' names on them. Names of people we've never even met and probably will never meet, but somehow we think we're the normal ones, right? Take me, for example. I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. I have been my whole life. And before you ask, yes, I do believe my team could have won the Super Bowl for the past 10 seasons if only they'd listened to me on my couch, giving them incredible advice about millionaires that play a game for a living. Seriously, my living room is like a locker room on football days. Got my snacks lined up, my drink in hand, and definitely my lucky socks. Because those socks are crucial. Without them, who knows what could happen? We might lose. And as a Cowboys fan, we have done that a lot. But I don't like to live with that responsibility if I'm not wearing the lucky socks. Now, speaking of superstitions, we sports fans are some of the most superstitious people you'll ever meet. We'll do anything we can think of to make sure our team wins. Anything. If we're losing, suddenly we're the ones adjusting the TV volume. Maybe if I mute it, we'll come back from this 10-point deficit we're in the fourth quarter. And don't even get me started on the sacred seat. You know the one I'm talking about, the spot on my couch that is a perfect mold of my butt. Oh no, I can't sit there. That's where I was sitting when we won that big game last year. No, I'm not crazy. It's called science. Look it up. And if you really want to see a fan get emotional, just mention a blown call. Whether it's an offside, a phantom hold, or a missed field goal, suddenly you've got a conspiracy theory on your hands. The ref, he's paid off. No one misses a call like that. That's not a penalty, that's a crime. Oh, and don't even think about suggesting it's just a mistake. Nope. It's a full-on government-level conspiracy. I mean, obviously, the referee definitely wants our team to lose. It's personal. It always is. Just ask the Chiefs. And speaking of those emotions, have you ever noticed how sports fans are basically on a never-ending roller coaster of emotions? 1 minute you're screaming, "Let's go!" like you're auditioning for a movie about sports legends. The next, you're staring into your half-drunk beer, wondering if this is the moment you just give up on the entire world and move to a small cabin in the woods to escape the crushing pain of failure. It's almost like we're winning 1 second, then we're losing, then we're winning again. And if you watch the Cowboys this year, it was mostly we lost at the end. The highs are high, the lows are low. And in between, there's usually a point where you try to negotiate with the universe, like, please, God, if you just let the Cowboys win this one game, I swear I'll donate my entire year's salary to Goodwill or I'll go clean the garage. I'll tell my kids I love them tonight before I put them to bed. But it's not just about the game. No, sports fandom has its own language. It's like we live in a different universe, one where we use terms that sound impressive but leave everyone else confused. I'll be talking to my wife, who's not into football whatsoever, and drop something like, I just think the defense needs to adjust their zone coverage. They've been too passive on the edges. And she looks at me like I just spoke Mandarin. I'll respond with, no, 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 no. It makes sense. Believe me, they just need to use a 4-3 defense. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there secretly wondering if I actually have any idea what a 4-3 defense is. And then there's the bandwagon fans, the worst of the worst. Those people who suddenly pop up at the end of a season when the team is on a hot streak. Where were you when we were losing to the Saints by 30 points? But now all of a sudden, you're in a jersey, sitting in the front row, acting like you've been a fan for years. Let me guess, you just Googled their name and figured out who was good, right? But here's the thing, we love them anyway. We may complain, we may roll our eyes, but we all secretly wish we could be that optimistic. Bandwagon fans are the ultimate reminder of how hopeful we all are at the beginning of the season, when we truly believed this year was our year, before the inevitable heartbreak that's coming at the end of the season. But at the end of the day, sports fandom is about one thing: passion. We're passionate about our teams. We're passionate about the highs, the lows, and yes, even those ridiculous superstitions. Because in the end, we're not just fans of a team, we're fans of something that brings people together. We get to scream at the TV with our friends, argue with strangers about stats, who the MVP is. And for a few hours, we get to forget about the world and just focus on one thing: the game. So the next time someone calls me a crazy sports fan, I'm just going to smile and say thank you. And I'll get to remember that they don't have what I have: insane passion for a team that's going to lose for the rest of my life. But that's what makes life fun. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go throw those lucky socks back on.